Hi you guys, it's Ruby from Oofy Scraps and I am back with another video. Today we are starting a new mini series here and it is going to be 15 faves. So I had purchased these really cute 4x4 mini albums from scrapbook.com. I think they're Heidi Swap albums, I could be wrong. But I really wanted to get to use at least one of them because I was super excited about them, but I didn't know what to make. So I decided to create my own mini album with the prompt 15 faves. So I created this prompt list myself. You can see it there on the left. I adhered it to the inside cover, and I will also be sharing this on Instagram, or it should already be up on Instagram if you're interested. I would love it if you guys joined in. You could even just like fill out like on a list your 15 favorites with those prompts. But anyways, I wanted to do a pretty easy album, something that'd be fun, but I would get to use like different pictures I might not otherwise scrapbook or older photos and just kind of a more of a get to know me album, and mainly because I wanted to just use this album. So I picked 15 different prompts, and some of them are super straightforward, some of them are a little bit more abstract, and I thought that it was a good mix. And I also definitely thought about what I wanted to document. And when I was thinking of the list, so like I knew I wanted to document my favorite food, so I made that a subject or a prompt. But anyways, I'm starting off with, I think it's a Fantastico by Obed Marshall acetate piece or whatever. And I use that as like my little cover page. And the first prompt is tradition. So my favorite tradition is my family always takes trips to the desert. So we used to live in the North Shore of Chicago when I grew up, and my mom was born and raised pretty much in California. So we always used to come out to California for winter break, but instead of flying out, we would drive out in our motorhome. So it'd be me, my four brothers, or my three of my brothers, and our dogs. We would drive with anywhere from 2 to 4 dogs, depending on what dogs we had at the time, and my parents, and it would take us 3.5 days, and it was quite the adventure. But we would go so that we could bring our dirt bikes with us, and then we'd go dirt biking in the winter in the desert. So we live in California now, so we don't do the road tripping part, which honestly is not the worst. But I wanted to document this because it's like one of the only traditions my family really does, and I really like enjoyed it. So I am putting the journaling just directly on the photo. I printed the photo off like a 4x4, the size of the full page, and I'm using these multicolored puffy, they're like foam alphabet stickers, and they're from Target. So I'm using those across all the pages as a way of like making it cohesive. And you'll see that sometimes the colors that land on each letter turn out perfect with the layout, and sometimes they don't turn out so great. But I'm just trying to roll with it. So the next prompt is food. Also, if you haven't noticed, my voice is a tiny bit scratchy just from shouting that I do when I'm coaching track. So I hope that's not too annoying. I'm just trying to get this video together so I can start this little series for you guys. So I hope it's not too much of a distraction. But my favorite food by a landslide is soup, which maybe sounds weird, but I love all kinds of soup. My favorite soup, however, is this, and it is Tom Kha noodle soup. And I get it at this place called Empty Bowl in Santa Barbara. So I used to live in Santa Barbara, California. It's about 3.5 hours north of San Diego. And this is a Thai food restaurant, and on Thursdays they have a special, so it's only on Thursdays, and it is their Tom Kha, and it is a vegan soup. So it's a coconut-based soup with like a citrusy, lemony kind of broth, and there's tofu and mushrooms and udon noodles, and it's so good. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. And I used to go only on Thursdays to Empty Bowl, and it's my favorite restaurant, and that's the only thing I ever get there. So it's amazing. I love it. It's also vegan, which I think is cool. I'm a vegetarian. You can also get this with chicken if you wanted it with chicken, but Tom Kha is an item that is just common on many Thai restaurants. But this is the only one I've had with udon noodles, which I know is not traditional, but it's super good. So I also added a little tag that I created for some journaling, and then I used a stamp from, I forget who created that stamp set, but it's a little foodie stamp set. I used it in my San Francisco album as well. The next prompt is color. So when I was a little girl, my favorite color was pink. And I thought that because my favorite color was pink, my favorite animal should be flamingos because flamingos are pink. And then in the second grade, I fell in love with pandas. And I thought, well, pandas eat bamboo and bamboo is green. So green should be my favorite color. And I've literally convinced myself that green is my favorite color. And I love the color green now. But I'm pretty sure like I created that in my own head. Like it wasn't like I was attracted to the color green. I decided that it was going to be my favorite color and then I convinced myself. So it's a little weird, but this photo is of me when I was a little girl. Like I was probably like 11, maybe 12, and I'm on my green dirt bike with my green jersey, just super duper happy. And I used a green striped paper and I just wrote directly on the background about my little green obsession. If you hear tippity tapping in the background, that's my dog. She's coming in and out from the backyard. And then I'm adding a little green puffy heart, and that is it. So these pages are coming together super quickly. They're so small that I don't have a lot of room to do anything crazy, but I still think it's going to be super cute. So the next prompt was place, but I didn't have a photo picked out for that yet, so I just skipped ahead to animal. So as I said before, my favorite animal is a panda. I went to the San Diego Zoo for the first time. I think it must have been the first time, or maybe it was when the panda exhibit was new, and I was in second grade. I was visiting San Diego to see my little cousins who are in this photo. And my aunt was like, we're going to go see the pandas, but they're so often asleep or not even just out on exhibit, so don't get your hopes up. And I was so excited. And I walked into the exhibit expecting that all the pandas were going to be asleep or not around. And I swear a panda turned and made eye contact with me, and I was just mesmerized. So from then on, I've always been obsessed with pandas. And I used to bring all my change that I collected in my suitcase with me from Chicago to San Diego, and I would dump it all in the little like panda donation bin because I wanted to save the pandas from extinction. And since when I was in the second grade to now, pandas are no longer critically endangered. They're still obviously not like 100% good. There's still room to grow and, get better, but I felt very personally responsible for that because, my whole childhood was about it. And I used to write poems about pandas. I used to read educational books, and I'm just super obsessed with them. So I used this photo of me and two of my little cousins. We had gotten our face painted at like a local fair, and I got my face painted like a panda, of course. And then I made a little flip up for the journaling, and on the back side of the journaling card, I'm just doing kind of like a sticker bomb of pandas because I thought that was appropriate, and I have a lot of panda stickers. So I have puffy stickers, I have flat stickers, I even have a little panda stamp that I use there on the top left. And I just thought this was a fun way of just showing my obsession. So yeah, I'm super obsessed with pandas. And everyone always said I would eventually grow out of it. I convinced my mom to buy me this like fine china cabinet. It was like a small china cabinet with like overhead lights that was on like clearance at a furniture store. And it was my panda display case. And I would put like all my little panda figurines. I even would put panda trash from Panda Express or like the packaging of things that had pandas on it. And it was like, I would dust it. I took such good care of it. So now I don't have that in my room anymore. And the only really panda stuff I have in my room are these three little panda bears that are from those same little cousins, which we will also talk about later on in this series. But yeah, I thought this was a fun page. And this is just such a fun album because these are things that I really do love, but I don't document a lot super directly. Of course, I have panda stuff throughout my scrapbooks, but it's never like the focus, I guess. So I'm just having a lot of fun with this album already. So yeah, I'm just going to stick that into a little photo flip, the 3x4 photo flip, and then I'm peeling my photo off because I don't know why. Maybe I'm going to put the photo flip underneath it. I honestly don't remember why I'm doing this. Because I wanted the photo to be on the top instead of on the bottom. So I wanted the photo to be the first thing you see, and then you flip up to find the journaling. That's why. So I ripped my photo off, and then I'm gluing my journaling down, and then the photo will go in the photo flip, and that'll be the first thing you see. So yeah, and then I also spelled out animal, which is the prompt. I'm spelling all the prompts out with those multicolored stickers. And then I put a little panda sticker beside that as well. And I don't think I do this on the video, but this kind of was pulling off the album a lot, so I think I end up going and stapling that down so the photo flip doesn't fly off. The next thing prompt is holiday, and my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. So I love Thanksgiving. It's again one of the only holidays my family has like big tradition for or really celebrates really big. So we always have Thanksgiving at my house, or my parents' house, I guess. And we typically have, some amount of guests. So my cousins would come a lot, or family, friends, whatever. So it's just a really fun holiday. I love Thanksgiving food. Even though I'm a vegetarian, and I've realized all I really eat is like Brussels sprouts, potatoes, and stuffing. I just like Thanksgiving a lot. I think it's a fun holiday, and it's centered around food, which is fun. So yeah, and I also love it because it's kind of a kickstart to the holiday season. So I just took this photo from one of my Thanksgiving scrapbooks. I also make a Thanksgiving album every single year where I document, photos from the day or the evening, and I put what everyone's thankful for. So I did that. Oh, my voice is so bad, guys. I'm so sorry. I did that, and then I created another little tag for journaling. This was kind of like the tags. I made tags a lot in this section of the album. And then I'm putting a little turkey sticker, and I used some papers from my Thanksgiving scrapbook stash, and that is all. And then the next is my favorite drink. So I did favorite food, I do favorite drink, and then another one I will do favorite treat. So that is a little bit redundant, I suppose, but those are 3 things I really love and 3 things I have very distinct favorites for. So I just decided to do it. So my favorite drink is boba, more specifically matcha boba. I also just love matcha lattes, so matcha boba is like the best. And I decided to use this paper from the Color Fresh collection because it kind of looks like the circles remind me of boba and the color reminds me of matcha. So I have this photo, which you may have seen. I did put this in my San Francisco album, but it's just a really nice photo of me holding up a matcha boba, and it was in Chinatown. So I used it again, and even though I just documented this photo, these albums are so unrelated from one another that I don't mind having it repeated. Then I'm going to spell out drink with those same colorful alphas, and I think I also make a little tag on this page as well. I was just kind of getting into the groove of working in such a small album, trying to find where I wanted to put journaling, and I did want to journal on all of these prompts because obviously for this album, it's more about the topic than about the photo, I guess. So I wanted to make sure I added some amount of journaling. And then I used on the cut apart sheet of the Color Fresh collection, there was a smaller version of the same this same pattern paper. So I used that as the little mini tag for journaling. So I thought that was really cute. And I'm just gonna write about my obsession. So I know some people don't like boba. Some people get weirded out by the boba balls, but I love it, and I super duper love matcha. I definitely like sweet matcha, not super traditional matcha, which I know is like maybe a little taboo, but if you get enough sweetness, some oat milk, I love it. So yeah, and then I'm just adding a polka dot black and white ribbon through the tag because I always have to add ribbon through a tag. And that is, I think, all that I do for this. Oh, I found a little boba sticker that I had from one of my sticker sheets that I wanted to use. So I'm always collecting boba stickers, panda stickers, and roller skating stickers. So that's kind of, something I always have in my stash. And I think this is maybe a little, no, it fits. I was going to say, I thought it was maybe too big, but it fits. So I think those are the only ones I do for today, but I will give you a little flip and be back with the next 5 prompts in the next video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.